Hey, take your time.
Yep. You know. Nothing else here, no. Guess not. Fox Windows.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
Weapons. And ammo.
Got my sights on.
Well, all right. Let's head away then. Who's this?
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. The war! The coming apocalypse! Man versus machine! I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant, clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance? Go on. I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially, unofficially, strictly between you and me, I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation. I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saw tuna cans mostly, some Spacer's Chaw, few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid. Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations.
Die, robot!
Cross it
Die.
off, then report back. Mechanical's got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Okay. Oh, I thought it was something else. Junkyard. Still with the marauders.
Don't mess with us.
Well, I guess if no one is here. Tuna little project. Alright. I appreciate your hard work on behalf of our beloved brand of Saltuna. I just received a response for corporate. We are not interested in your idea of light version of the Saltuna brand, because we rather not compete with ourselves. But they are interested in the idea of lighter Saltuna, effective immediately. We have been instructed to use heavier weighted cans so we can pack them with less Saltuna, thereby saving pits to every can. This is exactly the kind of breakthrough our cannery needs. In fact, our logistic department has just confirmed my request to have you transferred from the marketing division to the cannery. Can you imagine, Lawrence? You'll be rubbing elbows with your fellow workers on the canning line, filling each slightly heavier can with slightly less Saltuna, hour after hour, day after day. This is a great and tremendous honor for you and for me. Effective immediately, your position in our marketing division has been terminated. I expect you to report to our foreman tomorrow morning. Your uniform will be deducted for your pay. Melts on your fork, not in your mouth. Less fat, with some muscle tuna flavor. It's prime time. Make us a auditory hallucination. Well, you won't tell anyone?
Something you need? You mean about the mission being too clean? I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine that is running by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass. I think there's something higher and greater than us. But I don't feel it when I'm in the mission. Yeah, huh?
We talk later. Yeah. Hmm.
Ah, he ain't no threat. Bet I could fix him up smart.
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
I could probably fix that. I mean, if you wanted me to. Yep, I see the problem. His nav mod got dislodged. Must have taken a tumble. Just gotta give it a good push and wait for the click. There we go. Jeremy's good as new. Well, new by Spacer's Choice standards anyhow. His name's Jeremy, by the by.
Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward repair bay detected. Initiating self-diagnostics.
On account of I fixed him. And he's Jeremy on account of his helmet. It's like Jeremy, the officer in True Romantic Tales of the Space Guard.
Why did he name it?
Hebs Shirley. I make a point to watch every Tuesday night. Be more careful out there, Jeremy.
Self-diagnostics initiated. Please do not disturb.
Alright then. Skills. Ooh, perks. Phobic. Yeah, right. I'm phobic against machines.
Self-diagnostics initiated. Please do not disturb.
I mean robots. I'm phobic against robots. Frozen dinner, eh? Wait, let me look at something here. Ah, cool.
Where are we headed?
Okay. Evicted dig.
Not a peep from me. Down they go! Try something else! Everyone all right?
Okay. Either we go over there. How to enter this machine, eh? Oj. Som det är, eh?
Something you need? On my way. Sure. Okay. Be right there.
Well. Your secret. I find I must disagree with his theories about Earth director place in the chronological system. Sadly, as much as I appreciate the board and the new frontier they open for us, I believe Halcyon and all the other colonies in the rim of the galaxy will fall into pieces of war amongst themselves if Earth Directorate wasn't around to regulate trade and settle disputed. Do you think Corporation will accept the mandated inclusion of an Earth minister that had a choice on the matter? Because I never disputed Earth is the heart of the whole colonial system, but the real adventure and independent spirit upon which humankind truly thrives is to be found out there among the furthest colonies. I still think you're wrong about the history though. The discovery of the skip tribe was not what gave the Earth Directorate power over the corporations. The high cost of the Great War left them in a weakened state, and the skip tribe was simply the extra leverage the Directorate needed to return to power. Okay then. Evicted, eh? A lot of evictions.
Hear that?
Down they go!
Inventory. Ah!
That's the last of them.
There we go. Huh, community center.
Everyone all right?
Yeah. Hmm. Ow. Synopsis. The history of Emerald Vale, once completed, will display the proud heritage of our settlement for generations to come. Decorating the main hall of our noble community center is elaborate diorama of memorabilia. Our settlement's founding embody the hard-working spirit of our spacer family. The centerpiece is a grand exhibit will be a taxidermized Mantiqueen erected within our main lobby, a sign as civilization victor over nature itself. Cannons can be found all over Emerald Vale in two distinct varieties, domesticated and feral. Feral canids hunt in packs, while domesticated canids can be loyal companions. It is important to remember that the canid is still a wild animal and should be treated with caution. Coming soon, Great Frilled Mantiqueen, sovereign of her nest, imported from the wilds of Terra 1, to thrill and excite your imagination. That's an ape. This display is fashioned to resemble a pair of mighty primals, required extensive field research. Let us have a moment of silence for the researchers who gave their life in the pursuit of authenticity. If the ocean and rivers are the heart of and veins of Emerald Vale, then salt tuna is our highly profitable blood. These meaty fish live in the ocean and migrate upstream during mating season. Salt tuna are semi-horseless, which means they perish after a single reproductive episode. That's when our trusted spacer choice harvester scoop up their corpses to be cleaned, processed, and canned. Okay. So eat fish all day, eh?
Clever.
Oh, I'm starting to look a little bit cool. Everyone, the keycard encoder in the lobby is back up and running. Hopefully it won't go on the fritz again and start shooting keycards at anyone who walks by. It's a reminder in case it does break down again. You can borrow a keycard from the director or one of the workers in the second floor office if you lose your card. I must lodge a complaint. Your obsession with the Mantiqueen is wasting all our budget, holding up development, the entire exhibit. This letter is update you regarding your request for one adult Mantiqueen. You may remember our trackers discovered a beautiful specimen in the wild. By your approval, we deployed a team of our highly skilled hunters to kill it for you. We regret to inform you that the entire team has perished. Please expect invoice for our office, including the cost of the gravesite fees as stipulated in our contract. Additionally, we must ask to cover the cost of all equipment damaged, corroded, dissolved, eaten, or digested, partially or otherwise. Thank you for your patronage. Please allow me to offer you the opportunity to purchase a second hunting expedition at a 10% discount. I look forward to hearing from you. Sincerely. Oh man. That sucks. Hello, show mercy. How do you get on the second floor? It's stairs.
Wow, great work! Look out! Down they go!
I think I've been all over the place now. Have I been here? Obviously not. I've been here.
All together! Nice one! Nice hit! Everyone all right?
I'm alright.
nice.
Hmm.
Here we go. Down they go.
No, we found interesting stuff though. Ooh. Ooh.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you. Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
We do.
You don't know what enough with the questions means? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Appreciate it. Honest. I'll tell you what I can. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does. She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skills far as I could tell. Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their numbers are growing. Gotta come from somewhere. What is it?
I'll go looking for... Let's go into her home and search. Let's find Stefan.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi, hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town. Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged. I wish I knew. I wager the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say. I'll pay you for every pad you bring me. If, by some miracle, you can bring me the full set, I'll give you something pretty I've been saving for a lucky day. No kidding! Really? Well, which one? Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. One data pad's enough to guide me down my newfound path. Just remember, I got something saved for you if you find me all 3. Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands. What's on your mind? Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious. We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... we could really use... oh, this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
Let's see, install mods.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Okay. I'm not gonna steal from them.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with? You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off. Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found.
Alright.
You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions. Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her. The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day. Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd. Hey, I got time. I'll help if I can. Hey, I got time. Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
So. Where does she live?
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Well, today is the day, Zoe. Today is the day you take your destiny into your own hands. I've been listening to Grace talk about the marauder threat. Bands of wild, free-spirit bandits living in camps out in the hills, warming themselves by the light of the barrel fires. Probably mounted the heads of their enemies on spikes as a warning to folk like me. Live a life of comfort and ease, free of any rules. I bet they could take the whole region if they were organized. I've been taking away some of Adelaide's food, and I got some spare cans of salt tuna. It'll last me a couple weeks if I ration. There's some Adrena time too. Everybody loves Adrena time. Even marauders, right? I got odds those marauders will let me throw in with them if I dangle a couple of syringes of Adrena time before their eyes. It's gonna be great. Look out, Terra 2, Bandit Queen Zoe, or Regan Story has just begun. I'm gonna have a whole gang of marauders on my back and call. Maybe I can scare some resources. So that's it then. No more Edgewater for me. No more cannery. No more jumpsuits and gloves. Yes, ma'ams. And would you like others? I don't know why I'm writing this down. For posterity's sake? Because I always hated the cannery, and I don't think I'll ever have to look back on this journal many years hence. Tell myself, oh wow, I did hate those whale ones. Still, I just because I got sick. Everybody got sick. Well, okay, I got sick and grabbed a little too much of Edron time. Is that really a crime? treat myself when I'm sick, don't I? Whenever I happen to personal responsibility, surviving by one's own bootstraps? Oh, but you misappropriate 1 box of Adrena time? Oh no, you committed in large entity. Oh well. Oh. Urinal. To the east. Where's he's over there, I guess. Let's go and see if he's alright.
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
Mert, welcome to stream, mate. How are you doing? Doing alright? I'm sorry I'm a bit slow. Usually no one writes. He's checking. But how are you doing, Mert? I'm fine, my friend. But I'm doing fine. Just playing Other Worlds. It's a fun game. I mean, It's kind of like Fallout, but in space. And I think it's really fun. I like open world games. It gives me something to play for a long time. And if I really enjoy it, it's much better. I don't have... Stupid mines. Like you had to... I made it so I can repair weapons and such myself. And, well, I'm looking for a certain girl. I'm looking for her. Somewhat, I cannot talk to her. And if I press saving, load the game. Here we go.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways. What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. I'm great at clarifying. No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit.
No.
I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. I've got all the time in Halcyon. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
Intimidate. Go back to camp. Well,
I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me. Wait, you're telling me he's got a copy of the Mass Marketeer? Why didn't you say so? I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
take care. Well, that went well, I will say. Alright, she leveled up. It went well. Guess I have to go back here later. Mines? I'm just running past the mines. So I do have a spaceship, but I haven't visited my spaceship yet. I'm just on the first world, I believe. Then going around doing quests here, you know. Taking it easy. Discover new things and things like that.
What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway? Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
There. Let's do that and then I have more hacking skills. I also need to take more tech. Defense and everything like that? Nah. Perk. Not a perk. Well, that's a pretty good thing to have. I lose less, well, durability.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands.
Yeah, well, no, not really, but never mind that.
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally.
We can become a writer. I'm not gonna steal anything from them. I'm just looking around. But I have her to talk to.
Gosh, it's so pretty.
It is pretty.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Let's go then.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you.
You know what?
Are you staying long?
I'm supposed to
Try some of my tobaccorn tea.
force them into a
Mostly
working
too,
camp
but
again.
it's been cleaned. A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater.
Like, I'm supposed to cut down their power
To go, and
and leave them to
nothing
die, or go back to the
So
flock
like
and
the
work
spores
as a
of the
working
puffball,
camp.
cast on the wind and alighting
I
with
really don't
fresh
want
sun,
to do that.
put down new roots. It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed.
Yeah,
The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so
there's a company
and that is as much as I
which
will
treats
say, Miss
people like gears. If someone is broken, you replace them. I think it's like Space Family or something company. And I want these deserters to come back to work making sand fish meals to get profit. Let's see here. Journal. Here. Workers are abandoning the town of Edgewater. Reed Tobison, Edgewater administrator, want to force its deserters to return to town by shutting off their power. And well, everything seems to have peaceful here.
I'm listening. Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans? If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Who? This is tough now.
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's choice.
Spacer Choice is the company.
You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Oh.
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives. You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it. I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Yeah, now I have a choice to make. Divert all the power to here or to the Edgewater. I can show you Edgewater, by the way. So you will see what kind of city that is. I'll be running there before I go to the power plant. Over there is Edgewater. Over there. There's some abandoned homes here. What do you think, Mert? Force people to work against their own will, or freedom? Here's Edgewater.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
Don't let the boss catch you saying that.
Huh? Move along.
I've never actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside.
Something to report? We pay by the finger. What do you have for me? Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. Was just a kid last I saw him. Shame. I'll just need your signature here, 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 and here. Got any more fingers for me?
No.
Something to report?
I have a choice to either direct power to this town to make people force them to work against their own will, or direct power to a camp where they have more freedom.
Anthracillin, huh? That's an anti-Cleo product. I appreciate your vigilance on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I'll make sure this medicine goes to where it's most needed. Sealed, packaged, and delivered to a Spacer's Choice storage facility. Standard procedure for contraband, you see. Medical treatment by Anti-Cleo's products is strictly prohibited under Spacer's Choice company policy. I distribute this medicine to our workers, and we're all complicit in a crime. If you're one of our workers, I would be obliged to mark that comment on your permanent record. You are, of course, entitled to a reward for assisting in the apprehension of any contraband. Your compensation and your receipt. Spacer's Choice wishes you a productive shift.
This is bullshit. I gave them medicine and they're like, no. No. No medicine for the people here. It's no medicine for the people here.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't past it.
I know how you feel.
So you still want me to save this town? It's force people to work?
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthy.
And making them sick and everything instead of freeing them?
Somebody's been running around town raving about a colony ship. Plague must have gone into their brain matter.
Giving them plague and everything like that?
Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker.
And they
Technically, I'm employed by the
replace
Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
workers when they are broken and stuff like that. Throw them away. So you really want me to save this town instead of freeing them from tyranny?
Heard you've been taking down marauders.
Is that the choice you want to make, Mert?
Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
Ah, yes, freedom from tyranny, yeah.
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state? You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the constable. She'll toss me in the sick house. I would have confessed before the good vicar. Get some ablutions for my spirit. Just never found my courage is all. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't ya? Do a good turn for an expiring old man? There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. You what? But why? I was dependent on you. Does it feel good, robbing an old man of his last shred of hope? You really are a piece of work. I hope somebody with plague spits in your drink. So, you just here to watch me die, or what?
Well, alright. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, alright? I didn't have the quest before that.
Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
You will also report to me in the event of your death. How should I report to him when I'm dead?
Burial, in the unfortunate event of a fatality. It's what a barber does. We make you presentable.
Not a corpse.
Go ahead. Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started. The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame. Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us. Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful looking.
Okay, I've decided. I will not give power to this town anymore. Like, yeah, you just go around and talking to people, and you know, it's like, yeah, I'm starting to hate them. The receptionist shot himself. This is bad. Company is gonna have to call it for what it is. Destruction of Spacer's Choice property. Like, a suicide, it's destruction of Spacer's Choice property. Eugene wants an asset and somebody has to pay for his body's price. This is gonna ruin us. So I was thinking that we pawn us his teeth. Eugene has full set of gold teeth. Heirlooms passed down his family or something. You're processing his body right. You stick around and pry them out. We sell the teeth somewhere nice and quiet. Use the bits to pay the body price. Nobody's the wiser. What do you think? I'm right back. In fact, don't talk to me at all. Just give me a special signal next time you see me. Really? You hear how bad this town is?
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me. Because I'm sick. You don't want to associate with people in the sick house. We're not worth your time. I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk. Figured it was obvious. I got sick. Couldn't get better on my own. Got moved here for everyone's sake. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you don't talk to the plagued. You don't want what we've got. Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble. That's kind of you to say, I suppose.
Obviously she needs help.
What I need is to understand my own folly. Company always tells us, weak spirits lead to weak bodies. If I didn't want to fall sick with plague, maybe I should have worked harder. Maybe I should have taken more pride in my work. You've got Adrena time? How? No, I don't want to know. Could be you stole it. Could be you're trying to test me. See if I'm gonna violate company policy. I'm feeling a touch faint. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a spell.
Oh god. So Mert, what do you think about this town so far I showed you?
Waste of company ammo. Something's not right. Take him down.
Who's shooting? What are you shooting at?
I don't want any trouble.
It's standing in my way. So, do you think it's a fine town?
Another day at the cannery.
Don't go knocking your work.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
No, I'm not a big drinker. Is this their cannery where people are forced to work? I guess it is. Saltuna. Wait. They are not putting Saltunas into the cans. Right? They aren't putting saltunas into the cans. They're putting sprats into them. Maybe that's why they are getting sick. Companies cutting corners. Well, we could go down there and... Close the door. Phyllis, owing to your hard work and positive attitude, I'm sanctioning your access to medical treatment in event of quotations. As you know, the company has not provided us with enough medicine to treat every worker. I wish I could treat every member of the Spacer Choice family who fell ill to this plague, but I cannot. Medical privileges are strictly merit-based. These do not, under any circumstances, distribute your ration of medication to any other worker. Theodore buried last night. Reed asked me not to report his theft or quarter lies. Sounds fair to me. Was asked to prepare a statement or something for the other workers. They think about it. I know what to tell them. Don't I end up like Theodore? Do your work, show up, wear a smile, and you get your medical privilege. The start.
Yeah, huh? He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda. I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson said he was fired, we all expected the worst. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him. In the bar? When I asked if you were a drinker? Sorry. I know, it's none of my business. It's not like I think it a failing, mind. It's just I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folks out my window. When they come in here, they might be happy or sad. Mostly they're tired. When they leave, they're mad at themselves. Or they stumble into the alley and I listen to their hearts breaking. Maybe so, but we don't think on it that way.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Foreman Granger, mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you.
Close the door. Doing some illegal stuff here.
Nice.
Symptoms of infection have now reached a critical mass. I have instructed our staff to transform the old domicile into a sick house. Plague is really a life of the frontier as a spacer. We are expected to face up to reality, and the reality is that we do not carry enough medicine to treat all of you. Medical treatment is a privilege, not a right. We must strive for every day to demonstrate our worthiness for that privilege. Well, I think it's a right for you to live, to be happy, to have a safe life. If you find yourself suffering the symptoms of incipient plague, the best thing you can do for yourself and your family is don your jumpers, come to work for the feisty spirit, which go endless, recapitulate spiritual weakness. Oh man. We cannot test. I'm gonna do something real quickly. I'm not going away. Just gonna take a look-see at something quickly. Making sure it works. Huh. Well, the chat survey is down. Huh. Well, the chat survey is... I'm gonna do something real quick. Settings. Gonna Okay, the chat is down. We are not open the chat. Install the latest version. Well, let's just say the chat is down then. Well, it's let's just do this. Connection error. It's not restream work anymore. The weird thing is that when the restream chat is down, I cannot even see the chat for. Let's do it like this then.
Hey, take your time.
No worries. Like this. To reach. Whew.
Where are we headed?
Well. I will just gonna try to fix that. Help. Well, never mind then. I'm gonna end the stream for a little bit here. I will be back in a few minutes, like 30, 1 hour, something like that. I'm gonna save the game. Because I really need to fix this restream chat and everything like that. It's not working. Cannot see all the chats, sadly. I will be back sooner or later. I'll see you then. Bye.